Nico?
Yes?
Any ideas on how to get inside?
If you were clever, you'd have brought plans of the place.
Oh, I would I?
Of course, I realize that's not your style.
Obviously not yours either.
No, I prefer the challenge of winging it.
My feelings exactly. Besides, there's usually a solution at hand.
I'm worried they might have already killed Bruno.
Well, let's hope he didn't tell him too much.
You're all heart, George.
This castle looks really old.
Medieval, George.
Yeah, that too. By the way, have you and Labano...
Have we what?
Have you been doing that... stuff?
What stuff?
Boy-girl stuff?
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Boy-girl stuff.
That's what I said.
Listen, George. Andre is a good friend.
Yeah? So it's just a coincidence he's around again?
He's an expert in ancient manuscripts. Who else was I going to call?
Oh, what's wrong with the very old, very ugly experts you see all over the place? Shame we can't fix it.
Let's face it, George. It wasn't exactly getaway material.
There was a small button to press. I was looking forward to meeting the butler. This guy was no butler.
What do you want?
Hi. Nice evening.
Clear off.
I was hoping you could help me. My car.
Tough.
But...
This is private property. Get lost.
Well, his interpersonal skill set needs a little work.
George, did you seriously expect him to open the gate for you?
Well, I certainly expected better manners. Nico?
Yes?
Hey, Nico, will you press this button?
What do you have in mind, George?
See if you can get the guard to open the gate.
What do you want? Oh.
Bonjour, chérie. I have a tiny problem with my car. Could you help me with it?
Oh, I could help you with it, all right.
You are so kind.
You're French, aren't you?
God, that's incredible. How did you know?
Oh, I've been around.
Oh, I bet you have.
So, what brings a pretty little thing like you up here on her own?
I'm on holiday.
Don't get too many tourists here.
I'm lost.
Well, consider yourself found, baby. Where's Turnip Head?
He left me here. Said he was going to get help.
So, what's the problem?
The car I hired seems to have blown up.
It's a Trabi. It's meant to.
Couldn't you at least have a look at it?
I'm on duty.
Please. I'd be ever so grateful.
How grateful?
Very grateful.
That's not grateful enough. If you leave it to cool down, it should start up again.
Nico?
Yes?
Can you try to distract him again?
Look, I've already told you I can't help you.
Oh, but it's so lonely out here. Just talk to me for a little while.
All right, but only for a minute or two.
What's your name, chérie?
Boris. What's yours?
Helene.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
So's Boris.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes. Very sexy.
Really?
Boris. Boris. Je t'adore, Boris. Oh! I was hoping that George had the sense to take advantage of my performance. You must be very important guarding a place like this.
Yeah, well, big castle needs a big guy to guard it.
Oh, and you are a big guy, Boris.
Of course, I don't ask what goes on inside.
Just a job,
That's right. Best not to know. Look, I gotta go and check in.
Okay. Bye-bye, big boy. Come back and see me.
Nico?
Yes?
Can you try to distract them again?
Look, Hélène, I can't keep coming out to talk to you.
Just talk a little longer, please, Boris.
Okay.
Do you live in Prague?
When I'm not on duty.
Oh, let's go there. Together. You and I. We could see the sights, have dinner, go dancing, walk hand in hand in the shimmering moonlight.
That's unlikely to happen.
What? Why not?
Gets quite cloudy at night, Prague. What about your boyfriend?
He's useless. I'm going to dump him anyway.
Right. Trouble is, I don't think my wife would be too happy me taking a woman to Prague.
Does she need to know?
Ha! Everybody talks about you French women and your progressive ways.
Funny. Nobody ever talked about our progressive music.
That's because it was crap. Everyone knows that.
Nico?
Yes?
Can you try to distract them again?
This is the last time, George. You'd better get inside this time.
Look, miss, this is...
I'd gotten over the first hurdle, but there were more guards inside, and some of them had dogs, too. was a pretty ordinary trash can. Rooting around in trash cans, one of my little foibles. Sometimes you get lucky and find a real treasure. Hey, string! You never knew when a piece of string was going to come in handy. The trash can was nothing special. This trash can was empty. Apart from the garbage, of course. You've seen one trash can, you've seen them all. This trash can looked promising. America's best export, a burger. I put the half-eaten burger in my pocket. Must have been some kind of urban survival instinct at work. Nothing struck me as strange about the trash can. I was pretty sure I'd seen James Bond do something clever with foil once. Trouble was, I couldn't remember what. There was no way to open the window. I could see more guards in the foyer. The building looked pretty classy inside. The fence looked pretty strong. Amazingly, the dog was even uglier than the guard. I sure was glad we had a fence between us. I hoped it wasn't choosy about what it ate. There was no time to go hunting for pickles.
Hey, what kept you?
Oh, just chatting to Boris about old girlfriends.
See the helicopter?
Yep, Cesaro's favorite airline.
George, you need to find a remote. That's how the gates work, I think.
The ironwork was solid. Look up there, on the gate.
Some kind of sensor.
Maybe it opens the gates remotely. The small door looked out of place set into the wall like this. This wasn't the way in.